on the tiers, Pensa la tira, program time.
Saludos y respetos to everyone. Mishpan Seklo to Teshpa in Nawa. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. That's right. Gracias to allow me to be part of your life today and share some of my thoughts. Simon. So the topic of the day is tattoos. Tattoos. Very controversial. Everybody has tattoos nowadays. Pero sabes que back in the days, it was only a few. And they were labeled. And they were judged. Yeah. And you know, the poor of the poor, the worst of the worst, were the ones that had tattoos. Nowadays, everything's different. Yeah. Watch out. Nothing to brag about, but sabes que? Hey. You gotta take pride in what you stand for and what you believe for. Yes, sir. Tattoos. Do people gotta earn them? Is it a trend? Are they intimidating? Are they accepted in society? I don't know. Where do tattoos come from? Do you know? Well, check this out, man. Let's take the time right now to reevaluate and go back to history and do a little learning. Let's take it way back, before convicts, before drug addicts, before entertainment, or even ex-military soldiers got them tattoos. Where do they come from? How back do they go? Do you know? Let me know. Well, just in case, I did a little research just to be able to share with you guys. Yup. So kick your feet up, relax, chill, drink a pisto or whatnot. Y vámonos recio, que no eso. Anyhow, how about the cultura, the culture, the Aztec culture? You know, in prison, you gotta earn certain trophies. You gotta earn certain hieroglyphics. You can't just get them on you just because. You gotta do something to get them on you. Like that, you could walk around the yard proud. Now, on the other hand, if you jump the gun and get them before you hit prison, or get them before you even, let's say you never even made it to prison, then man, let me tell you something. The day you do land in prison, you got your hand up once again. Vámonos. Where'd you get that? Where you been? How much time you done? What prison you been to? What shoe? People are gonna just ask you a lot of questions. You better have solid answers. If not, then be ready to get your shine on, pretty much. Yeah, keeping it real, homie. We're in a free world. It's a free country. You're entitled to get whatever you want, just like I am as well. So, you get cultura on you. All I ask personally is, make sure you know what you get. You get the Aztec calendar, do your homework. Know what you're getting on you. Know what the Aztec calendar stands for. Who made it? When was it made? How far did it go? Just an example. You get the G shield, same thing. What's the G shield? What warrior got it? What did it take to earn it, to sport it, to show it? Do you know? It's always good to know, man, and have knowledge of what you believe in and in what you have on your skin, because it's gonna be there to the rest of your life. You hear me? Tattoos are forever. I mean, I shouldn't say that because nowadays they have technology that's able to take tattoos off. But maybe back in the 70s or 80s, or maybe early 90s, uh, if I said that, you were to believe me because tattoos were like gonna be on you forever. So you had to think and make good decisions in what you were gonna get. But hey, you know what? I'm full of shit. Cause you know damn well we don't plan this. We get tattoos just a la brava. Just sabes que we come across the first motherfucker that thinks that he's an artist. He gets down. And the first pendejo that's like, hey, I want a taca, I want a tattoo, I want to look firme, I want to show off. You, Kylie. Well, sabes que you're the guinea pig. And this vato's going to practice on you. Oh, yeah. So that's why you come across a lot of OGs with some beat up ass tacas, beat up ass tattoos. But you know what? That's what makes it unique, man. Because everybody has their own charra. Charra or chicharrón. I mean, it's unique. I mean, it could be a firme charra, but with a little brocha, too much shading, or whatever. I mean, but it's unique. It's original. What can you say? I remember growing up in the barrio. To be able to put your neighborhood on you, you had to earn it. You had to put in some type of work, right? I mean, for those vatos that jumped the gun and went ahead and put on their hood or whatever, whatnot. I mean, hey, they got it bad. They got the carrilla. Yeah, like, hey, check this out, homie. You got the barrio. You got this and that. Sabes que? Vámonos. Come on. You don't even got to raise your hand. Just by going ahead already putting your barrio or whatever it is, the set on you, you're already raising your hand. Like, aquí estoy. ¿Qué hubo? Vámonos. Same thing with three dots. I don't have them, by the way, just for the record. But those of you or those people that did have the three dots, they just got them to just get them. Mi vida loca. But do you know what a vida loca is? My crazy life. To some people, there's a meaning to that. They really had a vida loca. They really went through the motherfucking trials and tribulations to earn it and say, ¿sabes qué? I earned them three dots. My crazy damn fucking life. Yeah. How about the teardrop? I mean, some people say it stands for a solid bullet in the county jail. Some people say it's a body, a murder with the woo. I mean, I don't have it. I was never interested personally. My respects to the people that do have it. But I guess everybody has a certain definition to it, right? What is it to you, homie? Drop a comment. Let me know. But to those out there, I mean, hey, if it's a bullet, then, and you did 10 years, are you going to get like 10 teardrops equally? It almost going to look like you just crying, huh? Hey, what's your sense of humor? Come on. Get your laugh on, man. Growing up, I was taught that, hey, youngster, if you're going to get something that means something to you. Being part of a certain lifestyle, you gotta earn tattoos. Let's say for example, people in the military, the Marines, they have a special symbol. After maybe one or two trips overseas, you would think they put it on them with pride. Same thing with convicts. Depending on what you believe in, who you back up, or who you represent, you're going to get that trophy, which is going to go on your skin for the rest of your life. Now, nowadays, youngsters, I mean, I guess you could say people nowadays, it's just things have evolutionized where it's a trend. The more tattoos you have, the cool you are. Check this out. Yeah, I took all this pain. Fuck yeah, hell yeah. I'm a tough guy. It is what it is. But hey, those of you that want to get facial tattoos or in your head, hey, think about it, man. I mean, I know they're accepted, but to an extent. I mean, you got tattoos all over your face. I mean, and you go to a job interview, depending on what it is. I mean, let's be honest right here, homie. Are you are you gonna hire that person? Put yourself in the other man's shoes going for the interview. I mean, you might say yeah, because you got them, but I mean, come on. Right away, we have already made our mind, and we already judge this person. Come on, let's keep it 100. Something to think about. But hey, it's a trend. Everybody's getting them. Doctors, basketball players, baseball players, rappers, whatever it is. You don't have to be to the pinta. You don't have to be a drug addict or an ex-pintero or whatever it was. Tattoos are in like Flynn. Que no. Well, check this out, man. I did a little research on a little history on tattoos. Hopefully this could educate us and give us a little perception on tattoos. See where they come from and how they evolutionize and pretty much where we at now. Stay tuned. I hope you like it, man. That's right. I guess as the years go by, we mature, right? We start seeing our bodies and start seeing our tattoos and start, judging ourselves like, damn, I must have been a young pendejo to get that. Hey, it's true. Then again, that's when you come across somebody, hey, I need a touch up. I need a cover up. Oh, man. Talk about these vatos that get sprung and get every motherfucking hyena they fucking meet their fucking name. ¿Qué pasó? What's up with that, homie? I never got that. For the record, I don't have no damn girl's name on me. Fuck that. The only name I have of a female is my jefita. And I say it proudly. But that's my jefita. Never say never, though. But I don't have no girl's tattoo. I don't plan on having it. And I don't have it. But those vatos, oh my God. I have good friends, good camaradas that, híjole, cover up right here, otro acá, over here, and wooty woo. Like, damn, homie, serio? Híjole. Pinche vato enamorado. Temerario, híjole. But hey, I mean, if that's what it takes for you to prove the love, then, damn, homie, you got it fucked. So what? Do you remember your first tattoo? Man, I remember mine. It was a little right here, an oldie called Baby I'm For Real. Man, I thought I was all chingon, yeah. I was at home getting ready. It was a Friday night, I believe, or Saturday. I was ironing, wooty woo woo. I took a shower, no shirt on. My jefita, I don't know where she was at. My jefe wasn't there. I don't know where they knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. I go, I open it. It's my jefito. Oh, what's up, Kylie? I opened the door, whatever, walked away. All right, cool, come in. And he's like, hey, ¿qué es eso? I'm all like, huh? What you mean? What's that right there? I'm all like, oh, shit. Fuck, I forgot. Híjole. I didn't hear the end of it, boy. I was only like, 13, 14 years old. But, yeah, I mean, I heard it. But, at the end of the day, all right, cool. Whatever, I mean. After you get your first one, it becomes an addiction. You want another one, and another one. Next thing you know, you're all sleeved up and back and chest and wooty woo woo woo. You know? I just thank God, so I was scared that I never got tattoos on my face or head. You know, as crazy as I was, man, you could say I give myself a little pat on the back and give myself props. Hey, shit. I didn't get too out of hand and got all fucking tatted up on the mascara. Hey, wow, man, that would have been something.
The history and origins of tattoos. When and where tattoos first performed. Ancient and traditional practices. Popular styles throughout time. Tools used to create tattoos through time. Well, tattoos date back many thousands of years. In fact, we have firm evidence that tattooing is an ancient art form. After discoveries of tattoos on mummified skin were found, the oldest evidence of human tattoos is believed to be formed between 3770 BC and 3100 BC. Otzi the Iceman was discovered in September of 1991. His nickname comes from the location he was found in Otzal Alps. His body has naturally mummified and preserved, making him Europe's oldest human mummy. Otzi's body has a total of 61 tattoos in various different locations, with the majority of these ink inscriptions located on his legs. Close examination of the markings on the mummy indicate the soot of fireplace ash were used to create the tattoos. While Otzi may be evidence of the first tattoos known to mankind, other eras and ages throughout history reveal a long and rich history of tattooing. There is evidence of this form over 49 different locations around the world where tattooed mummies and remains have been discovered. Ancient and traditional practices. As the first tattoos date back to ancient civilizations, the reasons behind the newly seen skin tattoos are fueled by different theories. These theories reflect the location and the cultures of the civilizations themselves. So let's take a closer look at some of these civilizations and some theories about why they used to tattoo themselves. Within ancient Chinese practices, tattooing was considered to be barbaric and was highly stigmatized. Ancient Chinese literature refers to folk heroes and bandits, as it is also thought to have been fairly common for convicted criminals to be branded with a tattoo on their face. This tattoo was used to warn others and members of society that this person cannot be trusted. Egypt. Some theories indicate that the tattoos found in the mummies were for decorative purposes. Research by Daniel suggests that in ancient Egypt, tattoos may have been performed as a medical treatment. Another interesting discovery about tattooing from ancient Egypt is that it appears this practice was only carried out on the skin of women. This theory is supported by the fact that there is little to no evidence, either physical or artistic, that tattooing was commonly performed on men. Samoa. Tattooing has formed a part of Samoan culture traditions for thousands of years. The history of tattooing in Samoa is a great example of how tattoos can form an integral part of social culture. The tradition of giving and receiving tattoos by hand in Samoa has been practiced for more than 2,000 years. The skill is taught from father to son. The tool used to give tattoos, it is handmade from turtle shell and bard's teeth. The process of receiving traditional tattoos takes many weeks to complete. Once complete, the tattoos represent the celebrate dedication to the culture and great endurance. Unfortunately, those who are unable to endure the pain can be branded with the mark of shame on their skin forever. Ancient Greece and ancient Rome, written records provide evidence of tattooing from the 5th century BCE in Greece. Tattoos during this era in Greece and Rome were used mainly on the outcasts of society. Criminals, prisoners of war, and slaves would be branded with their status. Throughout ancient Rome, there is also evidence of soldiers as well as arms manufacturers getting tattoos. It is believed that this practice continued right through into 9th century. Slaves were also marked with a tattoo in ancient Roman times to show they had paid their tax. Popular styles throughout time. Tattoos were not very common or socially acceptable until the mid-20th century. Up until this time, they were reserved for a small population, mainly those in the entertainment industry. Fully tattooed people became popular attraction. Ink for entertainment. John O'Reilly, one of the most famous tattooed people from the 1800s, was John O'Reilly. His elaborate and complete body of art made him a popular feature in dime museums and the circus, where his tattoos attracted and amazed the audience. John O'Reilly was known as the tattooed Irishman that had a variety of intricate tattoos covering his whole body. Emma de Boer. Emma de Boer was a famous tattoo lady in the entertainment industry in the late 1880s. She worked alongside her husband, and both were inked by the same tattoo artist as John O'Reilly. De Boer and her husband also became very popular, performing in the sideshow world within Europe. The design of their tattoos had many religious connotations, including links to the Last Supper and the Calvary. Tattoos through the 20th century. Throughout the 20th century, popular styles of tattoo have evolved and changed. To examine the evolution of ink in more detail, we've broken it up into decades. 1910, at the beginning of the 20th century. The majority of tattoos were found on circus performers or sailors. Tattoos were used to tell someone's personal story as well as their professions. For example, it was common for a sailor to have an anchor tattooed on him. Many of the tattoos were used for identification purposes if sailors fell overboard or drowned. Seamen would get tattoos from the different ports that they sailed to. The tattoos symbolize the different destinations as well as the length of their journey. The 1920s. Throughout the 1920s, cosmetic tattoos became very popular among women. Many would get popular makeup trends tattooed on their faces, as makeup was too expensive to buy. Common makeup tattoos included eyebrows and lip liner. So it was still mainly the so-called outcasts, such as circus performers, sailors, and criminals who sported tattoos. As tattoos were so socially unacceptable, most women would keep their cosmetic tattoos a secret. The 1930s, Social Security numbers appeared in the 1930s, and everyone was told to memorize their personal number. Many resorted to tattooing their social security numbers onto their bodies so they would always have access to it. However, tattoos were still not socially accepted. Those who got a social security number tattoo did so more out of necessity rather than desire. Tattoos were still only accepted on performers, sailors, and criminals, not on upstanding members of society. The 1940s saw the birth of the iconic Sailor Jerry style of tattoo, created by Norman Keith Collins. He added color to tattoos by creating his own pigments and adding them to his tattoo designs. The classic design of his decade featured bold motifs and plenty of colors. Thematically, tattoos in the 40s were mostly centered around nautical and military motifs. There was also an increase in patriotic tattoos due to World War II. The war saw an increase in women to the workplace, as well as an increase in women getting tattoos. This fundamental shift in tattoo design saw tattoo acceptance rise. Increased popularity meant that decorative ink came out of the shadows and was supported far more than in previous decades. Many of the Sailor Jerry style tattoos are classic and timeless, with people still choosing similar designs in the present day. The 1950s. Throughout the 1950s, tattoos became a reflection of the masculinity. While it became trendy, especially among bad boys, to have tattoos, there was still a negative social stigma around tattoos. Those with tattoos were more likely to be labeled as criminals or thugs. The 1960s, tattoo parlors in New York were blamed for the increase in hepatitis throughout the 1960s. While this may or may not have been true, it certainly created a negative stigma around the tattoo industry. However, the 60s saw an increase of tattooed idols in the media, with famous musicians like Janis Joplin going under the needle. Patriotic tattoos dropped in popularity thanks to the Vietnam War. The classic skull and crossbones design became popularly, especially among bikers. The 1970s saw tattoos really becoming more mainstream and popular. No longer were they reserved for the outcasts of society. Now regular people wanted to get them too. Peace symbols and messages of peace were particularly popular in this decade, 1970s. The 1970s also saw a new style with detail and intricate designs gaining popularity. Full sleeve tattoos and bodysuits began emerging on young people engaged in the counterculture. Equally, this is around the time the OGs were growing out of that peacock stage, the MOM, small little block letters, starting kind of getting a little more creative, expanding, full chest tattoos, stomach tattoos, letters, and whatnot. The bigger, the better. The 1980s, the decade of the rebellion that was the 1980s, saw tattoos get bigger and brighter still. The musician scene also impacted the flourishing tattoo industry, particularly rock and roll. Many people would get inked after being inspired by their favorite rock star tattoos. By the 80s, society was finally on board and tattoos were at last socially acceptable. For most people anyway, because stigmas dropped away, more and more regular people got tattoos. They were in like Flynn, it's on like Donkey Kong. It's so. The 1990s, just like in the 80s, celebrities played a big part in the main tattoos trends of the 90s. One of the most iconic and popular tattoo designs of the 90s was Pamela Anderson's barbed wire armband. On the popular design from this decade included tribal designs, Chinese letters, as well as tattoos of the sun. The homies and the local warriors started going big. You know, left that peacock behind, the 3 dots, the spider web, the little cross on the hand. Decided to go big, the bigger the better, with that powder shit. You know, they got creative with letters, and so on and so forth. The bigger the tattoo, the bigger and better you were. Que no? The year 2000, the beginning of the 21st century, saw lower back tattoos increase in popularity. Called the trans stamp, became one of the most fashionable places for women to get tattoos. Híjole, hood rat, hoochie mama. Ooh, chow. Cubo. So the late 2000s, maybe 2010, the era of the Campol, maybe even sooner, 1990s. Everybody wanted to get that Aztec 13, the 2 bars and 3 dots. Cubo. Did you earn it, homie? Hey, trucha, homie. Yeah, be careful. Batter up. So far, 2010 has seen trends related to both the design and the placement of tattoos. New places for tattoos would be fingers or behind the ears are now very popular, and many people are opting for quirky and creative designs. The cheeks, the neck, another popular one. One of the most popular designs for small finger tattoo at the moment is the nobility of mustache. Cubo, abrocha. Alrighty now, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you like this little timeline of the art of tattoos, where they come from, where we going, and where we at. Nowadays, tattoos are more acceptable, where doctors, basketball players, lawyers, your next door neighbor has them. You know, sometimes motherfuckers get too creative with it, put them in their face. Like, damn, homie, trucha, slow down on that. Anyhow, much love and respect to everyone. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Ya sabes. Aquí estamos for whatever. Stay tuned for the next video. Utmost respect. Count time. Vámonos. I'm your bum. To your celda, homie. Trucha. Vámonos.